It's a beautiful day out here. It's kind of slow because they're doing construction work on the side of the site. Something about some kind of runoff. So that's why it's kind of slow. This is my scrap metal and appliances. Believe it or not, people will throw trash in here too. As you can see, what we like is for people to push it towards the back of the bin as much as possible, because once again, it's all about space. It's kind of expensive every time a truck has to come and get one of these. This is the bulky items. We don't like for people to take things out, I imagine for legal reasons. Not to mention you get something and you just can get hurt, or, you know, it's just not wise sometimes. Once again, you push it all to the back. We take anything that's big that it's not supposed to go in other bins. Once again, we fill these things to the top. It's incredibly crazy. Bye, you have a good one. This is construction demolition debris. Once again, no scavenging. People like to take the wood, and these are where people put their household projects. You can see things like that. The only thing we don't like in here is paint. Cannot take concrete of any kind, though people will throw it in there anyway, even if I ask them not to. But yeah, wood. You have to be really careful in here because it's always nails. Always a chance of stepping on one. This is the shed swap shop. And you just put things that you don't want, that you think some other people can use. This is pretty. Unfortunately, we can't have pillows in here. They really don't want sheets or covers in this thing. Hold on, drop my glove. In this, because you never know, someone have bed bugs, flies. You never know, but sometimes if it's not stained, I feel like it's okay to leave a thing, because you never know who can use those sheets. You know, it's kind of why you come here to get things. It's Green Zone is a company that comes to pick up clothing. It says Dress Up the World, but I'm not sure what exactly they do, to be honest. This is the electronics recycling. Nothing's supposed to be over 25 inches in here, though this is, and I'm assuming it goes to this big old printer. This here, I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a big old RAM. Not sure what the heck it is, but seems rather large to be in there. No remotes, telephones, cords. We take tires, as you can see what the sign says. Remove it from the rim. We'll get in big trouble if we accept them, have the rims on them 20 inches or less, and you can only bring 4 during 6 months. And we have to make sure the moment you get to that compactor that you have your sticker. A lot of times people say, oh, it's my taxes that pay for this. If we, tell them that they can't do a thing here, and they're wrong. It's the people that pay a fee. I think it's between $127, $135 to use these facilities are the ones who pay for it. It is not the taxes. But anyway, this is the used motor oil. You can only empty 5 gallons at a time, and you could only do it every 7 days. So I would say every other week. You pour it in there, and when it's full, the company comes to get it. It has a long old dipstick, which I'm not taking out. This is the box. Has fluorescent lights on the inside. 4 feet. We can't take any less or any longer. I made the mistake of taking 8 feet. The regular attendant was not happy. We take oil filters, all kinds of battery. The lithium batteries, we have to tape them. I think it's because they are recharged. I don't know the reasoning. I just do as I'm asked at this site. Sometimes I know the reasoning behind a thing, sometimes I don't. These are the regular household batteries. The lead acid batteries. Let me close this and lock it up. I have to make sure everything is locked up. People amaze me. They if it's not locked down, sometimes it'll get taken, or you'll find trash somewhere it doesn't belong. This glass, not sure if I showed you, but yeah, please don't put candles in there. Once again, and onto the mixed recycling. This is the mixed recycling bin. Please, please, please be kind to your attendant and flatten your boxes. Bags, well, this kind of plastic is not allowed in there. I'm not sure why. Certain kinds are allowed, certain things are not. These have had hazardous chemicals in it or not belong in there, and I do see one. Not the best photographer, but there we go. Yeah, this is what I deal with. I deal with it. I work because it's like therapy for me. Sometimes my mind goes places it should not. I'm mentally ill. I have bipolar, which brings on a strong depression when I don't have medicine. It could get pretty low. And I have PTSD, which even with medicine causes me issues. But the other reason why I work, you see that car? Gotta make payments and insurance payments. Needless to say. So yeah, this is what I do for a living. I'll show you the inside. I was really surprised that they had these. Of course, the good old American flag. Yeah, I was really surprised that it had this much space. You know, people are always talking about like tiny houses and everything. And it's like, oh my God, a tiny house. You know, how much room did it actually have? I could see. I can't show you the paperwork because we have writing on it. Let me turn the page and maybe I'll show you. So we have to write down every time someone comes on site, like a boss or a big truck, anybody who's doing work here, we have to write it down. We do keep up with the PSI, the pressures. That's why I showed you the gauge. This particular site doesn't have a pre-crusher, but there are other sites that have pre-crushers, and those things will crush anything. I've seen it crush couches. It'll crush anything. Couches, dressers, anything. Some have the mixed recycling compactor, which is very similar to the trash compactor. Tires, we have to keep up the batteries, which bulky bin we're using, which I already showed you. Today we're using bulky bin number 1. All the information, the pamphlets. We've got to keep up with how many people come in to use the site as far as emptying trash or items. What else? This is used to keep up with people who empty oil, like what they call large loads, which is usually, I think it has to be like 8 feet long if it's in a trailer or a truck, and usually over the top. If you empty in oil, which is every 7 days you can empty oil, but only 5 gallons each time. Yeah, this is typical workplace info, you know, and things. I love this thing because sometimes I've been here for some months, and there are things I am not completely clear on what's accepted, what's not accepted. You would think I got the hang of it now, but no. They gave us a nice little fridge. I won't open it because I got my things in there. We have water, though this is a little depleted, but we always have water. This is a heater and air conditioning, so we're lucky. Like today is a warm day. I think it's supposed to be like 77. So yeah, but the county's pretty strict about how low it gets, or above or below. I have to admit, sometimes I put it below 70 because it still stays hot in here. You gotta remember, I'm 49 years old. I get hot. Just different things up here I can't really show you because it has names and numbers. And we got the bathrooms. It's not the best looking bathroom, that's for damn certain, but it's a bathroom. And we have to keep up whether or not we have the cleaning items or not. They got first aid kit. I'm not going to open this. They have where you have to clean the oil, motor oil, fabric, I can't think of a protector. And then those are long gloves for whatever need. But yeah, I'm fortunate to have a job. I'm fortunate in a lot of ways. Hi, let me go and take out this trash here. This lady, she has trouble getting out of her car. So I always take her trash out for her. Hey dear, how are you?
Morning.
Morning, morning.
They make that a challenge, don't they?
They do. I was kind of surprised to see them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and get this here. Where's she at today? The beautiful one.
It is lovely, and I've been just sort of sitting on the porch staring out across the yard.
There's nothing wrong with
Remembered
that.
all the things I could do when I was young and I can't do anymore.
You never know. You might get some energy and say,
Yeah.
no.
Can't do much from a wheelchair.
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you.